So today I'm feeling a lot of anxiety about getting in front of the camera. And I know that it's coming from me taking a break for 2 days. And the crazy part is my initial goal was to get behind the camera once a week. But then I had the realization that it takes so many tries at something just to get one thing that's actually worth, or one thing that you love. Like, you have to make a bunch of shitty art just to find one thing that you love. So I figured that I would just show up every day. And it was the best thing for me because I got so confident and so comfortable behind the camera. And now it's been 2 days, and picking up the camera, pressing record, like I found every excuse not to do it. And I was just feeling so anxious about the whole process. Like, what am I even going to talk about? Everything that I thought I could talk about sounds stupid. And I feel like I'm going to be stumbling and mumbling and all this. And I tried to look for a video that I had recorded, but I never posted because I didn't like it. And I tried to listen to it, and I hated it again. So I'm like, no, I'm actually put this in the trash. This is not a backup plan. This is like me forcing myself to get in front of the camera every day. So that's what I'm doing now. And I just got done writing my Substack newsletter for the week. So that's one thing that I am going to be doing weekly, or have been doing weekly for a while now. And I love doing that so much. Like, that is easy for me. I just sit in front of the laptop and I just go for it. No pre-planning or anything. At first I was pre-planning a little bit, but I've come to the realization that I don't need to. Words just flow out of me when I'm writing. When I'm speaking, I want to get to that point, but I don't know if that is who I am, but we'll see. This is what this journey is about, me being able to translate my thoughts into words quicker, more clearly, and it just be more natural. So that's what this journey is about. Otherwise, I would never be in front of a camera because it is very vulnerable. But anyway, I got it, y'all. I got it. I was indecisive forever about this just because I didn't want to do the morning pages. And I started them this morning. I haven't even like really read the book yet. I read like one page in the introduction because my family was home over the weekend. And Tuesdays is my first day just being at home alone, being able to do my work and being quiet and things like that. And I did my morning pages this morning, and I I just know what I want to do with my life now. And that's such a crazy thing for me to say. I've literally never ever been in a place where I knew what I wanted to do with myself. I've always been in survival mode, like, as long as I can remember. Like, as a kid, I was in survival mode. Maybe when I was, maybe, yes, I think around, and the crazy thing is, I remember when I was like 4. I remember that age, and I remember a lot of events from that time. Those are some of my those are my earliest memories. And I remember not being anxious during those times. I wasn't anxious. I remember anxiety came from me knowing too much and being nosy in grown folks' business when I was a kid. Because I would just like know what was happening between my parents, and found out that we were poor, and like just knowing too many things led to a lot of anxiety at a very young age. I don't really know where I was going with that, but what I do want to say and what I feel really intensely today is that I'm just really proud of myself. I'm grateful for my husband for making it making me able to quit my job so that I could focus on transitioning out of the corporate world. We eventually both want to, but my time is first. Thank the Lord. Um, so it's been nice because I entered this transitional time in a really deep depression, constant anxiety. I was getting off of SSRIs from both, I believe it was postpartum depression and then burnout on top of that. But whatever the case may be, I was on SSRIs and it made me so efficient and I was able to get so much done. But I think that I'm a sprinter and then I burn out. I always like to give my best. I like to give more than my best. Even when things are great, I try to see what else I can squeeze out of myself. And that's why I was very successful in the corporate world. But that's also why I was always on the verge of burnout. And I always left jobs on a sour note, to say the least. Yeah, I never left a job saying like, oh, that was such a great experience. I always left the job like, God damn, I am so glad to be out of there. And some parts of it I have to blame the job because I was in IT, and the culture is just, ahead of schedule, under budget. Like, so you're always working overtime. You're always caffeinated. You're always high pace. You say yes to everything. You never say no. Never, never, never say no. Because that wouldn't even make sense. That's not what you were hired to do. You weren't hired to say no. You were hired to say yes and get things done. And that's where the praise lies as well. And when you want a promotion, you need the praise. But it's just not sustainable for certain people. And it wasn't sustainable for me. I don't know how some people do it, but at my last job, I noticed, and a few other jobs, I noticed just how many people were medicated to get through it all. They were either on like SSRIs or they were on Adderall. So they weren't real. They were borrowing it all. They were borrowing from the future, basically. It was like energy on a credit card. Because once I got off my SSRIs, everything went downhill. I'm talking about everything. Like, I was in the deepest depression ever. But now I'm on the other side, and now I'm the happiest that I've ever been. And I thank my husband so much for that. But yeah, so right now is the period of time where we're creating channels where money can flow in, just having like an archive of things that we've created so that we can eventually see what sticks, what brings us to the next level, all the things that feel aligned for us, all the things that we've been wanting to do, we're just executing on them, so that we can eventually transition into full entrepreneurship, homeschooling our child, living a life, I say homestead life, but I know damn well I don't want to be killing chickens and shoveling shit every day. Like, that's not what I want to do. But I can take care of a garden. My husband really loves gardening, so he can teach me that type of stuff, and we can do that together. I would really love that. And then to just be in like a sunny place, because I'm so tired of Utah and this weather. It's warm today, but anyway, I feel like I'm off track. Where was I going with this? Just the goals that we have as a family do not align with corporate jobs. Let's say that. Kind of want to live far out, away from the city. I don't want to hear traffic all the time. Um, yeah, so that's the goal. Me creating sustainable income so that he can go all in on his the things that he's putting the time that he has into right now, so we can transition and homeschool our child, because I am terrified to put my child in school. Like, he's in, I guess it would be considered preschool now. It was daycare because he's been in this school since he was like 1, and he's 3. He's 4 now. Oops, he's 4 now. Um, yeah. So I guess it's like preschool, and so we have two more years of it, this year and next year, and then we have to either be homeschooling him or putting him in elementary school. And I am not putting him in elementary school. And so I have to figure out some income on my own, um, so that we can get this started. I have 2 years. And I know I'm always putting like all this pressure on myself. I'll probably have longer, but that's where I want. That's what I want. That's my goal. Um, yeah. So pray for me. Pray that my dreams come true. I was looking through my photos yesterday, my Google photos. So I was showing my husband how to make some space on his phone by just using Google Photos, syncing it and deleting everything on the device and just keeping it in there, because that's what I do. And make sure it's still recording. Okay. And where was I going with this? Oh, and then I was looking through my photos because I just like was thinking about making more space in my Google Photos at that point, because I was telling him, oh, you can like search for screenshots and delete all your screenshots. So I started doing that. And I saw all the things that I'm doing now in those screenshots, that I had never done before because of fear and no time and no work, and I mean work, too much work, and whatever the case may have been in life at the time. But I think mostly fear, mostly fear stopped me from doing the things that I want to do. And right now, I just feel so balanced. Like, my body feels balanced. I'm out of survival mode. Um, so I'm pushing past the fear. The fear is not debilitating anymore. Um, like today, like before I pressed record, yeah, I had a lot of anxiety and my armpits were soaked, and they still are, but I'm able to do it. I am safe. I'm happy. I have nothing to lose. I have backup plans for like jobs and things like that. And that's one thing that I was also afraid of, like making a YouTube channel and showing my true self and things like that. And then what if I have to have a job? Then I'm gonna have to delete it all, like before I start applying to places, because nobody needs to know this type of stuff when I'm going to a job. Like, when I work jobs, it's almost like I have to be, I mean, it's not almost like, it is like I have to be a whole different version of myself, always professional, always, never like this vulnerable person that shares the ins and outs of myself, because that's not hireable. Efficient, perfection, I know what I'm doing, I get things done. That is what's hireable, in the profession and line of work that I've done in the past anyway. Or maybe that's just the expectation that I put on myself, but I feel like it got me far. Um, but yeah, I just am grateful that this is a time for me to just be consistent in the things that I do, because my max is pretty low. My max for my newsletter and my YouTube videos, they are once a week, and or my limit. I'm not gonna say my max. My limit is that. So anything that I do over that is just cherries on top. So I give myself a lot of grace in that area, and that keeps me showing up. Um, yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I ran out of words, but this is the longest video that I've posted. I don't think that I'm gonna cut anything out, even though I stumbled on some words and sounded kind of stupid. But it is what it is. I want this to be raw. I want this to be me. But yeah, so moving forward, I'm going to be reading this book today. And I want to do weekly recaps on how things are going and where my creativity is and how it's progressing. Because I really, I did a lot of research on this book, and I really believe in it. I really believe in it. And a lot of people believe in it as well. And it has helped so many people just unlock parts of themselves that they didn't know that they had. Because like me, I've never been seen as the creative person. Like I know how to dress up cute and do my hair cute and do my makeup kind of cute and stuff like that. And I know how to make a house look cute, things like that. But I've never been considered a creative person. Like, I don't even say, I think that all humans are artists. I think that that's what makes us human, is our creativity, the fact that we like to create and make art. And even if that art is like a spreadsheet, even if that art is a body oil, I really can't stand it when people have these definitions of what art is, when I think that art is anything that we create. I think it's a garden. I think if you build a house, that's your art. I think that if you pot a plant and take care of it, that's your art. You grew that from a seed. Even though it does it on its own, no, you nurtured it. You did that. I think that that's art. Honestly, I think it all is art. The way that we place our books on our desk, the neat ways that we do that. I think my bookshelf is art. All the colors, I've put things together the way that I like them to be put together. I think it's all art. And I don't call myself an artist around specific people, because they think that art is just like a painting or some music or things like that. And those are who I call art snobs. Ugh, they make me sick, honestly. But you know what I should do? I should rebel against the art snobs and call myself an artist, somebody who has never been a creative person. But being that I am human, I am a creative. That's my rebellion against the art snobs. But yeah, anyway, I'm Cheyenne. I think that's all I have to say today. I want to take you guys along my journey of, number one, getting comfortable in front of the camera and being able to speak, because I'm not much of a talker. Number two, starting and being consistent with my writing journey on Substack, as well as getting my children's book self-published, and hopefully many more after that. Also, my swing trading. Market conditions are very, very rough right now. But so I haven't been able to get into any setups, because the risk is just so huge right now in the things that I'm trading. So now I'm switching over to a different instrument, and I need to do demo on that one. Just, you don't even know what I'm talking about probably. Anyway, trading is rough right now, but I'm gonna get the hang of it. Yeah, hopefully, well, I know that I will be consistent with this. Hopefully something grabs on sooner than later. But either way, I'm here, and I'm going to do what I have to do for as long as I have to do it. Backup plans uh, planned. So, yeah, this is my journey.